Hello you, welcome to Geekism and welcome back to Parkitect, where we're in Orchard Acres, Orchard Acres, excuse me. A few things pointed out to me in the last episode. That is an open. That is, yeah, okay, they're both alright, and these are, even though nobody wants to ride them. So, yeah, one thing, a few people mentioned this in the comments actually, but one thing I noticed the second I stopped recording on this was getting rid of the bit of path over here does not stop people coming into it, and we have all these poor sorry souls coming in. So we're going to pause the game. We're going to use the 11 grand we've got. Basically, I've now figured this out. This is, you have to build two parks. You have to build two theme parks and run them both simultaneously until this middle section unlocks and you can link them together, which is quite a cool little mechanic. It does mean that this side here is pretty desperately in need of some sort of expansion. So, seeing as we've got most of our flats here, what we can do is look at doing maybe go-karts over here, so that people have got something to go on at least. So we'll paint that out so far, and then we'll take this all away to give us a bit of room to work with. We've got no water on this side, to be fair, but I wonder where they're actually coming from. Are they just generating from this odd bit of path here? It looks like they are, doesn't it? Which is a little bit... I think I prefer them coming from the edge of the map, I think, at least. All right, okay, so, yeah, I think go-karts starting off over here. We did say we were going to do them on the other side, but we need to put something over here, and it's one of the few things we've got available. We can do a car ride. We've got a spiral slide. We'll throw that down as well, I guess. And I mean, there's nothing stopping us putting another twister down, to be fair. We've also got a little river ride we could do. But yeah, I think go-karts, since they're probably going to cost the most, I'm going to get them sorted first. So we'll have them here. We'll have just quite a plain entrance for them, I think. Okay, so we'll do something like that to start off with. We're going to have to keep this really quite simple, but I do like the idea of having an up and over segment. So if we go for something like that, okay, like a figure of 8 up and over maybe. Yeah, I don't like it going that close to the exit. How about that's that close to the wall, that is. How about something like that? There we go. And then we can do a hairpin there. Or sort of half hairpin as we go into something like that. There we go. I don't know how high we're going to have to go on this to get it up and over. That's the problem. More than that, so it seems. Okay, let's... I'll tell you what then, let's just deal with it going towards the rear there that I didn't like, but we'll go for it. Take it right up to the edge of the park. I suppose these smaller parks probably would make the best use of the space like this. And hope that's enough. Yeah, there we go. That's quite an interesting element there. And then we'll come down as best we can, although we're going to have to do a little bit further down there. No, okay, so let's stay at that height for a little. There we go, and then we can come down there. Oops, too far. No, that was right there. That's too far. There we go. Okay, and then we'll come around. One little flat bit there, and around again. And well, you just got to have a straight going up to the finish, haven't you, really? There we go. That's a little, not quite as interesting as I would normally aim for, I think, to be honest with you. I suppose, like, we could do some more interesting elements before that straight bit there. So, once we get to here, we could come down there. There we go. And then have a nice hairpin off the slope there, and then maybe like well, they call those a chicane, I think, when they do that. There we go. That's a bit more interesting. Okay, we'll add an entrance and exit then. So we'll have the entrance. How would you do it? I suppose you'd have the entrance right at the top here, wouldn't you? Exit over here. Okay, and then queue-wise, let's do some queue theming. Let's have black and white check. No, you're going to come like that. Let's see if this... I don't know whether this is going to work or not, to be honest, but let's now make you black and you white. Alright, yeah, doesn't quite look like what I thought it would, but I'm actually quite happy with that. Just looks like, it's checkered flag is what we're going for, really. That seems like we could have a lot more cars on it. Do we get to choose that? Go-karts 11. I'll tell you what we will do, because people always take forever on go-karts. We'll knock that down to 2 laps. There we go. Okay. Theming wise, then let's. There's a really good. I've used it before for go-karts, to be honest with you, and I'm quite happy to use it again. There is a pavilion-y type shape. Doesn't look like we've got it unlocked unless it's classed as something else. And it's like a big curved top. It doesn't look like we've got it available right now. Yeah, never mind. It doesn't look like we've got the go-kart stuff available at all, actually. So we'll keep the theming really quite light, and we'll just have some pillars, and we'll make our own little roof pattern. Okay, so let's come in here. Let's go for a white one, and we'll just build. We'll have a light cover over there, because these things give off a lot of smoke and stuff, which we can't really have under cover, when they're just sort of sat there revving. But then under this bit, we'll have a fence, a roof, sorry, over that bit. Scroll down to something good, just a plain flat roof that we can paint. There we go, that one there will do. And again, we'll go for the checkered flag kind of look. I know it's a bit cliche, but it does exactly what it needs to do for us. There we go. And oops. Do you know what? The white is so sort of brilliant. We'll yellow it a little, like it's set in the sun. There's a real sort of heavy bloom on it. So raise them up to there. They go all underneath, don't they? So we might as well carry them over. Okay, borders. We'll take the colour of those and put them there. There we go. Just to, again, kind of carry that look across. See what we'll do. We'll do something like that along those as well. And then we'll take the colour of the white one and let them clip. Flicker. I don't care. Okay, and then we'll do something like that. Yeah, we need to stop that flickering, don't we? Let's have a look at shapes. Let's get a small cube. Oh, we need to go really small with it. Yeah, that'll do. And set it to be the white colour. And then we can we'll make it a little bigger than that. So it covers up. There we go. And that'll get rid of that flicker. And also add a little bit of detail, like we meant it. There we go. And then the only other thing I think this stationery needs is some like flags. They would come under details, I guess. Let's have a look. Medium. Oops, sorry for knocking the microphone. There's these sort of these ones are more like medieval, right? But I thought there would be just there are regular flags in the game. It just doesn't look like we actually have currently any available. Never mind. All right, let's see if there's something we can do with that. That looks pretty neat, you know. We make that red. Yeah, actually, you know what? I actually quite like that. And then we'll come back and add some flags in there later on once we've got them. So, fences. We need quite like an industrial fence that we can make black, I guess. There we go. And then also we can make it white. There we go. We're really going in for the black and white theme. There we go. Get them all the right way around. Okay, good. Right, so the main thing now we need to do is make it look nice with some foliage. So, trees. Let's go in for a couple of big old blobby trees. I love the fact that they're just called blobby trees, you know. Where's the other big ones? The Shakura looks really good once you actually make it green. There we go. One of those there. I don't want to keep it completely covered because they very often aren't completely covered, to be honest. But you definitely want some bits of foliage going on, especially like towards the rear here where there's less going on, because you want to be able to see. Normally, you find that they from the station, they need to be able to see the whole track to make sure kids aren't going off or whatever. So we're going to keep it quite open, I think, and just kind of go for a little bit more around the edges now. I really like these poplars, always have. I know they're definitely like a shift in style at some point during the development of this game, because the original trees, the sort of poplars and the squares and stuff, and then we got these much more detailed ones. I think, if I remember rightly, they took on a new artist at some point, who I think obviously sort of came in with a bit more skill. Okay, floor paints, sand. We need to. Oh no, not like that though. These piddly bits. There we go. You get a much nicer run if you just do them like that. There we go. And then normally these would be sort of around the edges where the cars sort of come off, scuff the ground up a bit, you know. And here probably you would lose, like people would die on that corner there, and a bit more here. Okay, and then we've got some dead grass that we can bring in just in the open spots here. Really does make a big difference. Never used to use this, to be honest. Very sort of new at using these textures, especially with this triangle. I think they're really good, and they really add a lot to it. Some dirt under the actual trees themselves, because they're planted, and the sun doesn't get down to the grass so much there. There we go. Alright, so yeah, it's pretty open, but I think that's kind of how it needs to be. If I did anything, I would put some barriers around here, but because of the grid system, it's really quite tricky to do that. So let's unpause the game, watch everyone here flood out, being really unhappy with themselves. Okay, so desperately need to make all these people happy then first. So let's get this. Obvious thing will be benches. I imagine they're desperate for a sit. So we'll do benches there. Lamps, not so much. Photo spots, they seem new. I've never noticed those before. Has there been an update on the game recently? Let's put one of those down and see what happens. I want to see somebody come over and... I bet nobody's going to be interested in it, are they? Most people are just going to want to sit down, look. That's interesting. Alright, anyway, we're going to move on. Just want to... I'm going to get rid of the whole path. Here I am, look at that. Okay, let's put it back. Right, so the other we had go-karts, and then we had like Slippy Slide, right? Was the other one we hadn't put down on the other side? Spiral Slide, yeah, here. So we'll put that right as you come in. It looks good. It's a fun-looking ride. So we'll go to path. We're going to colour We'll rub the colour off these ones. We went for like quite a plain path, otherwise doing like a plain wood. There we go. And we'll just come around here and... Oh, that hasn't done what I wanted it to at all. It's kind of taken the one colour. Ah. I don't understand what that is taking its colour from at all. There we go. It's taking its colour from something that I didn't want it to. There we are. Lovely, lovely, lovely. How about, can we do water? Yeah, we can do water. How about then? There's always a good way of filling in little odd gaps like this. A bit of water. There we go. And then we have some lovely bits of edging we can have here. I love how the water sits against rocks and stuff in this game. I think it looks great. Oops. I want to put you there. Not that you're in a bad spot necessarily, but it's not where I wanted you. Alright, we'll go that way. You're going to be awkward. There we go, a bit of rock work. And plant-wise, are they here or do we have to put them? Yeah, there we go. I was going to say, I didn't remember if we had to put them somewhere separate. Maybe a couple of bulrushes as well, just towards the edges here. Where they would kind of... Oh, not there maybe, but... In fact, not there even. But like, just where they would gather on the edge of rocks. There we go. And maybe a plain shrub. There we go, like a water plant. Lovely. There's our slide. We'll open that straight up as well. And I think it would behoove us, it would be silly not to really take the design from here, because I think that's really works quite nicely, and there's some nice comments about it as well. So we'll carry it over, and it's a quick and dirty way of theming the queue, get some heat out of the queue as well, you know, which is obviously a really important thing in actual theme parks, because man, they get hot. Where were we the other week? It was so warm. Oh, we went to Storybook Gardens, which is it's a small thing. It's like a kids' amusement park, really. But wow, it was roasting hot. But luckily, they're really well foliaged, and there's loads of nice cover from the elements there. We vlogged it actually. Me and Xander went for the day. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you check out our second channel, Parkgasm, where we do theme park vlogs and theme park news. Okay. There we go. So we can now open you. Good. So let's have a look at a randomer here and see what the problem is. No intensity rides. No, I know that. There are no high intensity rides. There are no high intensity rides. So everyone on this side. Entrance fee is a good deal. Well, good. I should hope so. So I think my worrying thing is if we build a roller coaster, we kind of need to put one on both sides, because people are going to want one on both sides, and that's started to up the number of people coming in, which is good. But yeah, I think the next thing we need to look at is probably doing a bit of a food service spot. We've got a depot that we can run from, and 2 people are on the go-karts. That's good. Go-karts is full, in fact, so that's neat. As long as the queue doesn't get too much. Don't mind them being full. Oh, there's a clear winner at the moment, anyway. Let's see if they keep the lead. That's it. Oh no! At the last second, can they pull it back? Oh, it's going to be nail biting. That was pretty intense. Okay. So what I'm thinking then is we can repurpose some buildings. Okay, so if we build out a couple of food units here, save it as a blueprint, we can throw it down on the other side as well. I think that's probably going to be the way to go. We can currently do hot dogs, candy. There's nothing to drink. Wow. Okay, we need to research. What are we researching? Decorations? No. We need to research shops. There is absolutely nothing to drink available. Hot dogs, toilets. That's crazy. Okay, so let's do hot dogs, candy, balloons. Hot dogs, candy, balloons. And then we'll do a toilet as well. There we go. We'll place down our staff path here. And the regular path here. And then we're going to do the mega generic fitting for this. We're going to do some slatted wall pieces. Let's have a look. That one there, but maybe not those colours. Maybe like a nicer colour than that. White with some blue trim. Go. All taking the same colour as those. Probably have to have a door on the back for some reason. For the staff reason, sorry. For some reason. And then a door there as well, actually, for those. Okay, and then we'll do some slopes in. We're going to keep this so simple, it's going to be ridiculous. I just want a system set up where people are going to come in and... See, this is a problem, look. We can't put a piece there. We can put one of them there. Silly, right? I mean, the fix to that is to have these pieces go both ways, I suppose. Let's use this flat roof here. That looks a bit industrial. There we go. And we'll put a cornice on it. Cornice colour's already quite nice, actually. There we go. Down at the bottom here. And what's up, Oz? Can hear that in the background. It's my Siamese Oreo. A few people say, is that a baby crying? I'm like, nope, it's just a stupid cat. Okay, pavilions. Let's have a look. This doesn't really work with this rest of the design, but it kind of works. Tell you what, let's sink it in a bit instead. There we go. That's better. Yes, that looks much more like what it should look like. Okay. That's kind of it, to be honest with you. I just wanted something really super simple. So now we can blueprint that, you see. So we can create a blueprint. No, that's not what I want to do at all. I want to create it this way. There we go. Unfortunately, that does save all that stuff in, but we can get rid of that. So, simple... food court. Save. And then we type in simple food court. You can pop it up. There we go. So what we really need to do here is put it down. As ridiculous as this sounds, we need to put it down. We need to get rid of all of this stuff. There we go. Yeah, that's it. And then we need to create this as a blueprint again and call it the same thing. Simple food court. Save. Yeah, replace it. And then we can put it into place. So we can't put it there because of stuff. Let's move these. Oh, come here. There we go. And then we can blueprint simple food court and put it down into place. Okay. So we've got to figure out how to get our stuff from there over to here without it really bothering people too much. I think if we did a staff path, we could probably make that work and not be too offensive. Let's just hide scenery a minute. There we go. So now we just we'll bring scenery back for a minute, and we need to hire a hauler. And we could do with some janitors now. People are coming in as well. There we go, haulers, and a mechanic in each side too to stop rides breaking down. Probably do the same on this side. Hire, hire, and hire. There we go. So this one, where you're getting the food from, it's right over here, right? Oof, that's going to be tricky. What about these? Can we afford? We can't really afford a depot. They're expensive, if I remember rightly. £2,000. Oh, we can just about afford a depot. So if we put a depot down like there, whether we can afford the pipes, we've got to get to there with them. Ugh. There we go. An expensive jump around, but never mind. And then there we go. And we'll cover all that up later on. So we have to tell this where to go, right? Okay. Alright, so they're stocked. They are... No, they're not, because we haven't actually picked where they go. So you, no, stock. You. Okay. And then, actually, we need a staff path. I mean, this is very temporary, this staff path, by the way. This will most likely go, and we'll end up with pipes underneath. Medieval structures available, that's fine. Let's have a drinks store next, please, because that's kind of ridiculous that we don't have one. And we'll keep an eye on making sure people don't get too offended by seeing that bit of path there as well. All right. We're still hemorrhaging money, but we can take a loan. That's not a problem. I think probably taking a loan and building a little coaster either side is probably our next step, to be honest. We can do a junior and a minia. Minia? Which one's minier than a minia? Yeah, I think that's probably the way to go now, you know. Bring this path along here. Are these all broke? Vandals. Get out. I thought we could... Oh, we can do it this way, can't we? We have a saturation of 70%. That's give us $2,500. Oh, nice. Okay, so maybe we don't need quite as big a loan as we thought. But yeah, I still think loan is the way to go. And a little coaster in each one. That's going to be next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, you can give us a like. Really does help out the channel. And if you're not already, don't forget to subscribe. Any thoughts, queries, suggestions, you can pop them down in the comments. Fancy chat, you can find me on Twitter. I'm at Jonty Sparrow. Thanks to all of our patrons that make these videos possible through their generous support at patreon.com/geekism. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.